Be blessed. I am Father Jeffrey Waldrop, and it's an honor to be a voice of He who is the voice. Be available. You know, I think one of the basic principles, spiritual principles in our lives is how important it is to just take time to be available to the Lord. What do I mean? Well, I had a spiritual director once, and I was struggling with, it was in my younger days, and I was struggling with where should I pray? You know, when is the best time to pray? And so he was sitting back, and he was just listening to me, and just kind of not saying much. And then he said, Jeffrey, when you look at a day's period of time, what is your best time? And I said, well, the morning. I can get 10 times more things done in the morning than I can get done in the afternoon or the night. And he said, perfect, because that's when you're most available. I was like, what do you mean? And he said, well, if you give God your worst time of the day, well, then you're not available to the Lord. But if you give him the best time of your day, the first fruits of not your day, but your best fruits, a better way of looking at it, of your life, then you're more available for God to do what God does the best. I've never forgotten about that. Being available to the Lord. When I think about being available to the Lord, I think of Mary, when the angel Gabriel appeared to her. And she was, a little teenage girl. You can imagine how nervous and scared and confused she was that this angel Gabriel was telling her all of this stuff that was just, and she was like, me? But what was Mary's response? I am the handmaid of the Lord. Let it be done according to your will. Now, you can't get much more available than that. I'm the handmaid of the Lord. Let it be done according to your will. See, Mary instinctively knew that she needed to be available to the Lord so that the Lord could do what the Lord could do best in and through her life. How many times do you get up in the morning and say, Lord, I'm the handmaid of the Lord. Let it be done to me according to your will. I'm not thinking about that right as I wake up in the morning, Or in the evening, you're thinking, I'm the handmaid of the Lord. I'm the servant of the Lord. Let it be done to me according to your will, Or when you go to work, Are you saying, I'm the servant of the Lord. Let it be done to me according to your will? No, you're thinking about the things you need to do. Well, let me say, I'm thinking about the things I need to do and how I need to do it. I think today we're being reminded of how important it is that it takes that time to be available to the Lord, to let the Lord do what the Lord does best in our lives, can make all the difference in the world. So I think as the Blessed Virgin Mary, we're called to remember that we need to surrender our day, surrender the things that we do to the Lord for the Lord's glory and the Lord's honor. So when are you most available? What time of the day? Let's start at 4 in the morning for you early birds, and to you midnighters, from 4 in the morning till midnight. When is your best time? Is it in the morning? Is it right after lunch, to the afternoon, at night? When is your best time? When are you most available? And that's the time you need to be available to the Lord. I'm Father Jeffrey Waldrop, and it's an honor to be a voice of He who is the voice.